Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. We are live, not from Disney, not from Orlando, but from Long Island, New York, Sunken Meadow Beach. Joining me for a hot second is my mother. She's just gonna say hello. She doesn't want to be on camera. She's like, what do I do? What do I say? I'm like, just be natural. So now we're gonna walk. I'm gonna say goodbye. Maybe you'll see her again at the end of the stream. She's gonna wave goodbye, and that is all. But thank you all for being here. I guess you're wondering why the sun is already up in the sky. But you know what? I should have thought about that before I scheduled the stream. But it's okay. It's a gorgeous morning, and we are here. We're gonna walk the boardwalk of Sunken Meadow. We're gonna get closer to the water in a little bit. But you know what? The views are still absolutely gorgeous. And I have some things we're gonna chat about. Let's see who is in the chat already. We have Peter, Adventures by Carney is here. Captain Kirk will be working out and lurking this morning. Have a great day, Lauren and chat. Excellent, love it. Peaches, good morning. Lauren and everyone in the chat, it's Monday again. Let's do this, absolutely. Hey, Stephen Noon, good morning. Mark Mueller's here. Lynette is here. We got Rose. Love it, love it. All right. Sue Ann, oh my God, you're like 10 minutes away from my house. That's so awesome. I love it. Yes. Excited to be here. Went for a little quick trip to New York. It was my Nana's birthday and I surprised her. We had a little birthday lunch. I can't tell you her age, but it was a milestone. She would never forgive me if I told you how old she is. Hey Lee, how are you? Good morning, Law and chat. Welcome back to New York. Thank you so much. It is a lot cooler here than it is in Orlando. So yeah, I'm actually wearing, Pete would be like, what are you doing? I'm wearing a sweatshirt and pants in the current moment. It's a little bit less humid than Florida. Oh, Pete says, this is where my high school ran their cross country. That's awesome. Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful boardwalk. There are some trails that you can walk as well. Pete Stummy, good morning. Yes, gorgeous. So apparently the sun rises here a lot earlier than Florida, but I've been just doing a million things since I've been back. So I did want to make sure that we got to see these beautiful views. I like to do a little beach walk. So we're here. So I want to thank you all for being here on this gorgeous Monday morning. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're a veteran, you've been around for a while, welcome back. Appreciate you taking time out of your morning, out of your week, to just be here, have a moment, maybe learn something new, and start your day out on a positive note. So I appreciate you. If you haven't already hit that like button, please do. Really helps the YouTube algorithm push the stream out to more and more people. We could spread that positivity. That's a nice little compliment to me, so I appreciate you. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. And be sure to turn on the bell for all notifications so you'll be notified every time I release a new short, video, or go live. Because sometimes I like to do a little midweek stream, and you're going to want to be there for that. And I also want to thank my Patreons. Thank you so much for all your support. If you're interested in becoming a Patreon and seeing what that's all about, you can go to learningwithlaw.com or patreon.com/learningwithlaw. Also recently just got monetized, so you can also look into YouTube memberships as well, and you get some fun little perks with that also. I'm not ignoring the chat. It's just hard for me to see with the sun in my eyes. Sorry, guys. Let's see. Peter says it's a cool 90 degrees here in Orlando today. Yep, and I'm sure the humidity is making it feel hotter. Shamrock Turtle in the morning. It's cooler, 95 upstate today. Wow. Peaches says been watching the Billy Joel documentary from Long Island. So interesting. Yes, Peter just finished that one. I started it, I didn't finish it yet. But yes, I hear that was really, really good. So we're walking and talking today. What I want to do actually is have a little moment because this sun looks so beautiful over the water. So what I'm going to do is have you guys just have a little moment of silence and reflection. So maybe you want to reflect on the past week. Maybe you want to think about your intentions for the week ahead. But I'm going to just zip it for a few seconds so you can really just take in the sights and have a moment of reflection. Good morning, Christina G. All right. I don't want the gimbal to fall, but I am actually getting a little warm, so I'm going to take off my sweatshirt. Abby told me she's going to get here. By the way, she Venmo. You should go to Sephora. I love having it. All right. Yes, that's right. A lot of kids are going back to Florida this week. For sure. It's actually some of my friends' first day back teaching, so I want to wish them well. And if you're going back to school too, good luck to you. I hope you have a wonderful school year. So I want to start out the stream the way I usually do by saying this is a judgment-free zone. I want you to feel comfortable to ask questions and join us in the chat. Say hello, because we're very nice people, all positive. So if you ever have questions, you want to send a little comment my way, please feel free. Back to Florida, back to school. Listen, it's been a morning. It's been a crazy 48 hours. Just bear with me, bear with me. So we're just doing a little stroll on the boardwalk here. We are going to talk about a book that I've been reading called Inner Excellence by Jim Murphy. There's actually a longer title. You could see that all in the description below if you want to check that out. It's a great book. I'm loving it so far. I'm not even that far into the book and I'm learning so much already. So I know this is going to be a great book. It's taken me on a journey so far. We are going to make our way down the beach. Ooh, and they have like a little pathway there. Sure. Say hello. Gorgeous. Ah, we love New Yorkers. So yeah, so we are going to talk about that book briefly. Like I said, it's been a crazy morning already. Of course, I took some diligent notes for you guys and I left that at my parents' house. So we're just winging it, but I appreciate all of you being here. I hope that we're thinking about the past week, reflecting and starting fresh today, because a Monday is a fresh start to the week, new day. Like I said in my description, new state, new week, new stream. Here we go. But while reading this book, there's a lot that I'm internalizing so far. And the thing that really stuck out to me in the beginning of this book is that we all have these three components of our minds that basically hinder us from achieving our goals or the biggest obstacles holding us back. And it has nothing really so much to do with our external environment. It has more to do with our minds. So Jim Murphy talks about the inner critic, the monkey mind, and I'm not going to forget the trickster. Okay, so those 3 things. And we all have them as part of our minds. So I'm going to talk about each one individually. Hey, Shamrock Turtle, thank you so much for the super chat for a bagel, maybe espresso. Thanks for the stream law. Oh my God, you're so kind. Thank you so much. Disney Daddy-O, Peter, good morning. Thank you so much. It's so nice because now that I'm monetized, I get these little super chats. Thank you. Appreciate you. You're the best. I did have a bagel and an espresso this morning, so hey, appreciate it. Thank you so much. And we are going to make our way onto the sand in just a little bit. I'm just taking in this boardwalk. I might put my feet in the water. So this, for those that don't know, is a North Shore beach, okay? It's the bay in between Connecticut and Long Island. And there's no waves. It's not the ocean, it's the bay. And yeah, but it was a big part of my childhood going to these beaches. They're a little bit rockier. Actually, the sand doesn't look too bad. But it's not like a South Shore beach with waves that's part of the ocean. So, yeah, some people claim it's not a real beach, but yes, it is. Of course it is. But just to give you a little background of where we are for those that don't know. All right, so let's get into it. Again, I'm going without my notes here, just intuitively talking to you about the book, Inner Excellence. And again, I am not an expert. I am a certified life coach and English teacher, special education teacher. I'm not an expert in this field, but I am bringing to you my own experiences. Good morning. But look at this little happy tree here. Somebody drew a little happy face. All right. And people that say New Yorkers are not nice, everybody's saying hello to me. All right. So first we're going to start with the inner critic. Now, everybody has this guy hanging around. This is the judgmental part of your mind, right? I think we can all identify with the fact that we're judgmental. It's kind of innate. It happens. We are wired to pass judgment and label things. So this guy, a little negative, right? Passing judgment on the things that we do, the things that other people do, pass judgment on experiences, right? And I've spoken about this on other streams as well, that basically every situation you have, it's not, good or bad necessarily, but it's how we view the experience and how we label it and pass judgment on it. So just going into your day with that awareness is super important, because I've said before too, like, we're going into things with our own lenses, right? Bringing our own experiences, our own culture, our own family life into whatever the situation may be. So what might be a really good scenario for you might not be the best for someone else. So keeping that in mind when we have different situations, right? So your inner critic is passing those judgments basically on the things that you're doing and the things that other people are doing. Hey, Alyssa. Yes, thank you, Lee, for that super chat. Appreciate you. Oh, what I wanted to do as well, because we did this last time and I really, really loved it. I want you to think about where you are this morning as like far as your vibrational frequency, how you're feeling physically, emotionally, mentally. And I want you to rank it on a scale from 1 to 10. 10 being, I feel absolutely amazing from head to toe. Nothing's going to get in my way today. And 1 being, ooh, I'm feeling it. I might have had a rough weekend, rough past week. Maybe physically you're not feeling well, healthy-wise. So give me a rating on a scale from 1 to 10, where you feel like you're at today. I would say for myself, I'm at maybe a 6. But hopefully by the end of the stream, that will change. So if you feel like sharing in the comments, please do, in the chat. Let me know where you're at, where you feel like you are energetically. We got 6, 5, 6. All right, all right. It's not too bad, not too shabby. Good morning. We got Glenn Ritchie. Hey, Mark, with a nice 7. Okay, starting out pretty solid. And I think this is something that is really good for you to do on a daily basis, right? As you're going through your day, okay, where am I? Even if you're like leaving your home, thinking, okay, like where am I? How do I feel right now? And how could I maybe change that vibration? We talked about that on the last stream. Like, what are some little things I can do to raise my positivity, how I'm feeling, however you want to classify it, right? So I call it vibration, your vibes, right? You're just feeling a certain way. But you can call it whatever you want. But where are you on a scale from 1 to 10, and how can we raise that number? So just some things to ponder. And I am going to create a list of things for me that raise my vibrational frequency, and I encourage you to do the same. All right, so we have the inner critic. We've defined him. The next thing would be the monkey mind. This I thought was very interesting because my monkey mind was going crazy yesterday, particularly in the evening. Had a bunch of caffeine yesterday, so my mind was racing. And this monkey mind is when you have like those racing thoughts in your brain. It creates that anxiety. It's like that overthinking portion of your brain, right? So we have the inner critic that's being judgmental, and now we have the monkey mind that's like having these obsessive or overthinking thoughts in your mind. Just think of a monkey kind of jumping around crazily, right? That's really what's going on in your brain. That overthinking, overanalyzing, and it leads to anxiety and depression. So when we think about this, right? Why am I telling you all of these things? Why is it important to label them, right? We talked about like, we label everything as humans, right? We want to name things. But it's important to do that because it creates this awareness. And then when it happens, you're like, oh, that's just my monkey mind, right? That's normal. That's something that everyone has. It's not just me. And you're able to deal with it in a different way, right? If you're someone that doesn't realize what's happening, if you don't have that awareness, right? That's not something you can go in and fix if you're unaware of it. It is really beautiful here. We got all these trees here in the parking lot. So you can go on these trails, and I've done it before. There's like trails back there, and you can go on a little hike. Super cool. But I wanted to bring you guys to the beach because it's gorgeous. There's a person swimming in the water. And again, sorry for not capturing the sunrise, but the sun still looks gorgeous over the water, for sure. All right, let's go down and get on the sand. Let's do it. I have some sneakers on, but that's okay. We'll make it work. I don't know why, but this reminds me of the Britney Spears music video. When she's on the boardwalk singing the song Sometimes. That's what it reminds me of every time I see that. Sue Ann, yes, I am originally from Long Island. Thank you for not realizing my Long Island accent. Maybe I covered it up pretty well on the stream. It comes out sometimes. Gorgeous. It's so nice and quiet here. Even though there's like quite a few people like out and about, it's still very quiet and peaceful. Loving it. But yeah, as you can see, the sand is a little rocky. And it's not like powdery white like the Florida beaches. Great place to live, you are right. That it is. Ooh, let's climb up on the lifeguard chair. That'll be fun. It says keep off, lifeguards only, but they're not here. So why don't we just get a nice view from up top? We got some seagulls here. Getting sand in my shoe. It's okay. WDW Stream Finder. Hello. Summer Seashore Beach Boardwalk. Great way to start the day and the week. Thank you, Lauren. You are so welcome. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. So yeah, if you're new, normally we do go live from the Disney resorts around Orlando, but today I am home visiting family, so I figured I would take you all to the beach. All right, this is gonna be interesting. I'm climbing up here. Okay. Okay, here we go. Climbing up. Okay. Ah, so lovely. Peaches. My hands were tied up making breakfast, but I am at a 6 today. Sunday night, I tend to not sleep well thinking about the week ahead. Training for Wine and Dine Challenge, though. So I got to power up. Love that. Good for you. Thanks, Peter. I know, I was like, Peter's going to be worried that I'm going to drop the gimbal in the sand or my phone. But it's fine. We got up here. We did it. We did it. The water looks so glassy with that sun. It looks gorgeous. All right. So we have the inner critic, the monkey mind, and then the trickster. All right. Now, the trickster is all about deception. And I've talked about on other streams that not every thought that enters your mind is factual, right? And we tend to believe the thoughts that are repeated because we've heard them before, maybe externally, maybe we've just kind of kept that as a reoccurring thought in our minds. We think because we've heard it many times, it must be true, but it's not. The trickster mind is that part of your mind that basically tricks you into believing certain assumptions about yourself. I am not worthy. I can't do that thing because I'm not strong enough. I'm not fit enough. I'm not healthy enough. I'm not rich enough. I'm not whatever enough, right? So that's that trickster mind that is deceiving you into believing certain ways of being. So Jim Murphy talks about how all three of these types of mindsets, I guess, are within all of us. We can all resonate with that. We've seen pieces of this maybe in one day, right? But we all experience these ways of being. Oh my goodness. I got a little ladybug on my shoe. Wow, that's good luck. I don't know if you could see it, but there's a ladybug on my shoe. I was gonna flick it off. I'm like, what is that? And then I was like, oh, it's a ladybug. I have to let it stay. Wow. I love that. You know me, just being one with nature, the animals, the bugs, the birds. All the things. Yes, thank you, Peter. I was more concerned about you, but glad everything made it safely. Ladybugs get a pass. That's right. Ladybugs are part of the beetle family, and beetles like freak me out, but it's a pretty little ladybug. Hey, Shelby. Shelby's making sure you post a video today, Peter. Wow, this is a gorgeous view. Let's pan this way. Like, it's just so beautiful. Thank you all so much for being here with me this morning. And I truly hope that you all have such a wonderful day, and this gives you just a moment of serenity in your morning. Oh, the ladybug's gone now. Ooh, just flew away. So I want you to think about these 3 different, I guess you would call them entities, right? As part of your mind. You have that inner critic, you have the monkey mind, and you have the trickster. And think about which one really resonates for you. Like, which one do you think stands out among the rest? But again, we all have all 3 components. And Jim Murphy talks about, like, that is our biggest obstacle that we face when trying to achieve goals. We stand in our own way. It's not about external factors, because those things sometimes we cannot change. You know, that's just the way things are. You can only control you. So when you have that awareness and you understand how your mind works, and you understand that your mind is not who you are, but we just assume that, like, because of our thoughts, we assume a certain identity. Having that awareness gives you power to change, right? Having that awareness so you know, okay, that's not really who I am. It gives you power. So if you feel like sharing and letting me know in the comments, which one of those really stands out to you? Is it the inner critic, the monkey mind, or the trickster? Which one really, like, has been showing up a lot for you? I think for me, honestly, the past couple of days, it's been the monkey mind, right? I traveled to New York and on a plane by myself. I'm not a big plane gal, right? I don't like to fly. If you're following me on social media, you'll see I posted a picture of myself and I'm like, send me all of your well wishes, because I'm flying by myself and I'm not really a fan of that. Got some really great feedback. I appreciate those that did send me messages. I love that. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of flying, especially by myself. But I did it clearly. And it was that monkey mind of, like, overthinking and worrying and, like, obsessive thoughts and creating that anxiety. But here we are, you know, like, I felt kind of strange posting that picture with that comment, but I was like, you know what? I don't claim to be a perfect person, right? Like, I do these streams because I do want to share and share my experiences with all of you, share the things that I've read with all of you, but I am human, right? I don't claim to be perfect. So I think it's okay to share that side of me. So Lynette says, my monkey mind has been very active lately. Yep. Rose says the trickster. Sue Ann, monkey mind. Yep, I feel it. I feel it. And when I get all of my notes back, because I did take so many really good notes for the stream, next week I will be back in my routine, back in my element, and not as frazzled. My monkey mind was very overactive this morning, so I just got distracted and left without my notes. But of course, still wanted to stream, show you guys the gorgeous beach, and share this information with you. And it's coming from a more authentic place too, because I'm just intuitively speaking to you. But yes, so I'm going to get more in depth about this topic next week. So if you haven't already subscribed, you definitely are going to want to do that. Turn on the bell for all notifications. Make sure you hit that like button. I really appreciate you being here. Let's look this way too. Oh my goodness, how gorge. And for my Patreons, we are going to be doing our monthly 30-minute group coaching call. I have yet to set the date, but just look out on the Patreon page because I am going to be posting it soon. If you decide to become a member through YouTube, you also have access to that as well. So that's for members and Patreon of the top 2 levels. And yeah, if you are interested in a little goodie from today's stream, a little goodie bag, I do have a great PDF on pausing and reflecting, just taking time to be aware, asking yourself certain questions, and it is a PDF that you can use over and over again. If you're interested in that freebie, please send an email to me. My email is in the description below. But you can email me at laurenmcturk@gmail.com. Again, that is in the description below. Absolutely free. Just send me an email and just say pause or pause and reflect, something like that, and I will send it right over to you. I think it's time to go near the water. What do we say about that? Oh, we got more in here. Pete Stummy says the trickster. It's so easy to think I can't do things for whatever reason, and that trickster is active. Gotta shut the trickster off and believe in myself. Absolutely. And I think we can all really connect with that. So thank you, Pete, for sharing, because there's always that voice in the back of your head that's like, you can't do this. How dare you think that you are worthy of this, right? I think we can all resonate with that. But it's pushing past that and realizing, okay, that's not me. That's not my identity. I can do things because I've been successful in the past, right? And we talked about that with David Goggins' book, Can't Hurt Me. We talked about creating a list of like your successes. So you're aware and you're like, yeah, I've done hard things before. I've succeeded. And having that kind of like in the back of your mind as like, okay, this is my fuel to push me to do more. But there's something to be said about writing it down and creating that list. Like you can think all these things, oh yeah, like blah, 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 but putting it on paper, right? Making it more concrete. There's something to be said about writing it down. It'll stick in your mind, and you can, by moving your hand to write it instead of typing it, I really feel like it sticks with you a lot longer. So that's always been my way of doing things. Good old-fashioned pen and paper. All right, so I'm gonna attempt to get down from this thing. Getting up was easy. Now we're gonna get down. We're gonna go walk by the water. And I'm doing this with one hand. Okay, let me put the gimbal down. Okay. If you haven't already hit that like button, I think I deserve a like for climbing this thing. All right, here we are. Okay. I want to take off my shoes now, get my tootsies in the water. If anyone is watching me do this, it's actually very funny. Okay. Put these up here for now. Let's walk down by the water. Roll up my pants. Okay. So like I said, a little rocky, getting a little foot exfoliation as I'm walking to the water. Let me know where you guys think I should stream next week, as I will be back in Orlando. Which Disney resort should I take you guys to? What are we thinking? All right, so water has a lot of, this is a North Shore beach for sure, so we have some fun seaweed in here. Oh, and the water is not warm at all. It's not like a clear water beach or a cocoa beach. But it is just beautiful to put your feet in the water. Salt water therapy. Who dat Dave? Is this the Atlantic Ocean or is it more of a bay? There are 0 waves. This is a bay. Yes, this is the bay between Connecticut and Long Island. It's the Long Island Sound, as we like to call it. But yes, no waves. We got some rocks on the shore. This is a North Shore beach, as we call it. But it's still beautiful. We can still appreciate its beauty. It's actually really refreshing to put my feet in here, but to put my whole body in at the moment, maybe not. Just getting the feet wet. And well, we have a lot of, yes, thank you, it is beautiful. Fortunately, this one is deceased, but we do have the horseshoe crabs, a lot of them here on shore beaches. Get a lot of them here. Captain Kirk, it is amazing. It is, like, honestly, this is only about 20 minutes from where my parents live, so it's nice to just have sand and water so close by, right? Compared to in Orlando, it takes at least an hour to get to a coast. So it's just nice to have this option. And I used to come here a lot when I was younger with my friends. Well, not this beach in particular, but other North Shore beaches, because there are quite a few. Yeah, ask Pete if he likes this. He's not a fan of a North Shore beach. We got some people out here fishing. So something that really stood out to me over the past week, we talked about it a little bit briefly, is having that self-doubt, right? And I think just being more mindful about the thoughts that enter our brains on a daily basis, or even in those moments of like struggle, or when you're trying to make a big decision, right? Just becoming aware of your thoughts, the things that we're allowing into our consciousness. I think just being more intentional about which thoughts we believe is so, so important. And I'm trying to get better at doing that. Something that I really loved, and I do a no social media Sunday. So yesterday I was not on Instagram or any of the social medias, but I looked this morning, and one of my former students had commented on my story that was like, you know, flying, and sent me some words of wisdom, whatever. And this student follows me, and he was one of my students I had when I was student teaching. So I was just a baby. I was like maybe 21 at the time, and he was in 9th grade. So we were closer in age than I am to my students now. But he wrote on my story, it was so sweet. He goes, "You have taught special education, so you could do anything." And I was like, that's really, really sweet. And it's just nice to have like a former student almost like give me a new way of thinking of like, yeah, I can do this. I can get on this plane and whatever, I'll be fine, you know? And it must seem like trivial to some people that fly a lot, right? But we all have something that we're afraid of. We all have our insecurities or anxieties. So hopefully this is like humanizing me a little bit, but for those that know me well, you know I have my flaws, as we all do. But it was just nice to have that reminder, right, of like people seeing me in a different way and kind of giving me that inspiration, giving me that encouragement. It was just really nice. It was really sweet to see. So that made my morning.
Pete's stomach, yeah. You should see the South Shore beaches. A lot less rocky, that's for sure. Captain Kirk says, this reminds me of the Keys. Not much sand down there. Yeah, Suhan, it's the Long Island Sound. Yes, so like very rocky. That's why I'm walking slowly, because these rocks are like not the most comfortable to be walking on. But it's still just a beautiful horizon. I mean, come on now. Come on now. Pete, I could see Connecticut. Yeah, sure. Sure, like way, way out in the distance there. And Pete is a South Shore guy. I was a North Shore girl. But yeah. I think we're gonna walk back this direction. Oh, look at this little seagull just chilling on the sand. All right, let's go this way because I can't really read the chat with the sun in my eyes. Going this way. I hope you all had a fantastic weekend. I hope you're all looking forward to the week ahead. Making our way through August. Like I said, a lot of teachers are going back to school. A lot of students are going back to school. So if you're one of those people, good luck to you. You're going to have a great school year. And if you can, thank a teacher. I know a lot of teachers are posting on their social media their classroom wish lists. I always try and, send a little goodie to my fellow teachers. Every little bit helps, so I always think that's nice to do. Anything to spread a little positivity, a little cheer. Why not? All right. I'm gonna grab my shoes, head up to the boardwalk again, continue walking. I think they do have the little showers for your feet. But it's a gorgeous beach, yes. So this is Sunken Meadow Beach. It is a North Shore, Long Island beach. And she's a beaut. Actually, the weather is kind of perfect. It's not humid, but it is warm. There's a little bit of a breeze. And next week, we'll be back to our regularly scheduled programming. Monday morning, 6:35 from another Disney resort. So that'll be exciting and fun. I always look to see if I have any suggestions on where I should stream. But I like to have those as like permanent comments after the stream so that I can always come back to them. And I've gotten really good at figuring out which resorts have great sunrise views. I know I haven't been to the Coronado in a while, so maybe I'll go there. I think it's been a very long time, actually. But we'll see. That's always a good resort. All right. I don't know what the point of washing my feet and then I'm gonna go back into the sand, but let's see. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. I don't know if that was worth it to get my entire arm wet, but it's fine. It's fine. Apparently you can rent bicycles here too, my mom was saying, which is nice. Let's see with the chat. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up. Oh, you guys have been, okay. Lee says North Shore is fun. Port Jeff was always a blast. Yes, I love Port Jeff. Pete used to live in Port Jeff. Captain Kirk looks nice and peaceful. Not too many people yet. Yet is the key word there. On the weekends it gets crowded.
Eric, good morning. Lee says, I agree with Peter, though. So much fun at Jones. Get out of here, Pete. How did I not think of that? Thought of mastic or something. Oh, yeah. Pete's Dummy, Captain Kirk, it is still very nice. My band played weddings there. They have a spot for reception. Yes. Lee, we read each other's minds. So Captain Kirk, this is actually a state park. Yep. It's very well maintained. Yes, it is a state park at the end of Sunken Meadow Parkway. But hello, everyone. I haven't said hello yet or seen you all. So, hey, thank you all so much for being here. I really appreciate you taking time out of your day to just hang out, start out on, I have an audiobook going on, starting out on the right foot, positive note with a beautiful, beautiful views. I really hope you all have a wonderful week. You can follow me in the socials, Learning with Law 55 on Instagram. You can also send me an email, LaurenMcTurk@gmail.com. That's down in the description below if you want that pause and reflect freebie. You can email me for that. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe. Become a member. Become a Patreon. Patreon.com/learningwithlaw or learningwithlaw.com. Christina G, have a wonderful day. Have a great day. Peaches P says, the trickster has taken hold of me and kept me from meeting my goals. Well, Peaches, now you know. Now you know what you're dealing with, so you can identify it, you can label it, and take control. Push it to the side, right? Because you have some goals with the wine and dine. Captain Kirk, thank you, Lauren, and everyone. Have an amazing week. Lynette, thanks, Lauren, for sharing. Happy birthday to your grandmother. Thank you so much. Yes, milestone birthday, but she's doesn't look a day over 21. Hey, Bill. There is a potential management position opening up, and I'm worried I can't do it. Too much stress, too much responsibility. Hey, Peaches, if it's meant to be and if it's something that you really want, it will be. Rose, thanks, Lauren. Safe travels. Thank you so much. Shamrock Turtle, thank you, Law. Make it a great week. Chat, safe travels back. Thank you, thank you. Yes. Going back tonight, guys. So I'll see you next Monday. Make sure you're subscribed and have that bell turned on. I will see you next Monday at 6:35. Who knows where? At another resort. Maybe the Coronado. Who knows? All right. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. And thank you, Lee, for the super chat, too. I appreciate you so much. All right. Thank you, Mark. Have a wonderful week, guys. I will see you soon. Bye-bye.